Hey friends, it's Elizabeth here from the Everyday Storyteller, and I am here for a digital photo book process video for you guys. So I am working in an 8x10 photo book template that I've created myself. This will be available in my shop when it reopens on June 6th. If you're watching this in real time, that is next Monday. So if you would like to grab this photo book template for yourself, you can definitely check it out then. I have a link to my email list that you can subscribe to below so that you can get updates for what's coming in my shop next week. And as you can see, I am just at the stage where I'm adding my photos. So I already added a large photo to that left side of my daughter. I am going to be fiddling around with what photo I want to add, and I do decide on that one of my daughter in the background with the chalk and her rainbow that she made. And then I'm just going to add my other photos. So I really love using templates like this because it's pretty much just drag and drop. So as you can see, I'm just dragging my photos into the correct spot on my template. Everything is labeled. So I am able to tell exactly which box is which. That one is top one, as you can see. And all you have to do is just drag and drop your photos, resize them, and then right click on the photo and say create clipping mask. And that will constrain your photo to that rectangle box. And after I finished adding all of my photos, I made sure to leave that one box blank, and that's where I'm going to add my journaling. And I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm just adding that to my canvas, resizing it to fit, and then creating a clipping mask from that journaling card so that it fits into that 3x4 space. For this layout, I had a bit of trouble deciding on how I wanted to embellish. I knew that I wanted to add these wood veneer, or faux wood veneer because it's digital, but these faux wood veneer flowers from the April Stories by the Month kit. But I wasn't sure where, so it did take me a little while to figure out where I wanted those wood veneer flowers. As you can see, I also opened up the stickers, so the word art stickers from the April Stories by the Month kit, and I am just using the tracing box tool, which is the dotted line square, to create a box around the word art that I want to add to my layout. And then I'm right clicking on that box and saying layer via copy, which pretty much just makes a new layer with the mask that you added, so that little rectangle that you added. And once I am done picking out the word art that I want to add to this layout, I'm going to add my journaling in that little text box right there. This goes really fast, even though it didn't in real life. I do all of my journaling for these in real time with notes that I have in my weekly journal that I keep. This week is a little bit sparse because I didn't keep up with my journal. So I kind of just had to go with my memory, which is not my favorite, but it works. And then after that, I am going to really try to work on embellishing this spread. So as you can see, I still have that one word art over by that April, and I am going to be adding both of those flowers to my layout, one in between the top two photos, and then one between the bottom two photos. And I just like to kind of have it between both photos just to connect them a little bit more and to take advantage of the fact that I can, because this is a digital layout and I don't have to stay within the pockets. So that's always fun. I do add one of those wood veneer flowers, I believe it's that pink one that I end up going with, over on the April as well, just to kind of follow the rule of three, where I have three of each thing on my layout. I'm going to go and grab some more word phrase stickers, and I'm going to add that to my blue flower. And I am almost done with this spread. I did record the second spread to continue on this week, but my computer did not actually record. So I'm just going to leave you with this layout. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of my process with these templates. It's super easy. I'm really indecisive, so it takes me a teeny bit longer to do it, but in all reality, this probably took around 30-ish minutes. So that's definitely less than it takes me to do a regular spread. All I'm going to do now is export it as a JPEG and make sure that the sizing is correct. And then I'm going to take you over to my book editing software. So now I am in the Blurb book editing software. It's called Bookrate. You can see it down here. You can download this from the Blurb website, and it allows you to put together a book to print through Blurb in PDF form. So this is really handy. This is how I store all of my layouts and get my book prepared for printing as I go, instead of having to do it all in one at the very end of my process. So instead of having all of these layouts on my computer, I can upload them into the Blurb software and keep like a running book, so to speak. So I'm going to show you how I add my layouts into my Blurb book. I have a blank spread chosen right here. You can see that it's highlighted in blue, and I'm just going to make sure that my layouts panel is available, and I'm going to scroll over until I find this one, which is the full spread. So it's a really subtle difference that you can see here, but this gray purplish line goes all around the spread instead of one here and one here. So it's pretty much just splitting, going from splitting my layout into 2 pages into one spread. So now I'm going to go over to my Photos tab, and I'm just going to drag and drop the photo that I want to add in. So this is the layout that I just completed. I'm going to drag it into this space, and here it is. When you are adding a full spread into your Blurb book, you're always going to get this little orange triangle, and you can just click on it. And that's just a warning telling you that the image spans across 2 pages, so across the center line of your book, and they just want to make sure that you are aware that there are some things that might get lost to the binding, right? So these are not lay flat books, so obviously there is a tiny bit of the center that you probably won't be able to see depending on how large your book is. I just click ignore because my templates are formatted so that I lose as little actual content to the centerfold as possible. So now that we have this layout in the book, I'm going to click over here to this magnifying glass for preview. And then we're going to be able to see how this layout will look like once it's printed. So as you can see, the margin here is a little bit bigger just to make sure that I am not losing anything to that centerfold. And that will keep my book lying fairly flat, and I'll be able to see all of my gorgeous photos of my daughter and everything, and not lose anything, or at least not lose as much to the centerfold. So I'm just going to really quickly show you how my book is looking so far. My first layout. I really love combining the full page with the more pocket page style spreads. So you can see full page and then more grid or pocket style spread. Definitely one of my favorites with the Beginning Story Kit by Ali Edwards. The Pieces Story Kit. This was just a very simple layout documenting some of the things that my daughter was saying in the month of February. And the first part of that April spread that I just showed you. And then finally the one that we just completed about our chalk adventures. So that is my layout done. If you would like to see more of my process for this digital photo book, I'd love to answer any of your questions, and let me know if you'd like to see more of this, and I will definitely post more. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.